Welcome to another Fantasy Goodfellas video where we continue our Week 6 rankings of wide receivers, and we're going to cover number 11 through 30. You ready?
I'm ready.
Fantasy Goodfellas.
Rolling on the field.
Fantasy Goodfellas.
At 11, we have Marquise Brown, who will be home against the Chargers.
Is Brown moving up your rankings because Lamar Jackson is performing really well?
Yeah, there's two games where they have to come back, Kansas City and Indianapolis yesterday, which kind of skews the totals. But yeah, is it time to start trusting Lamar Jackson as a passer? I don't know, but he's definitely finding Marquise Brown every week. Marquise Brown keeps streaking open. I like him here. At number 12, DeAndre Hopkins at Cleveland.
Overall, he's ranked around 16th. Do you think he's going to have a worse year than last year's?
It appears he is. It seems like he's less vital to that offense right now, but it's still DeAndre Hopkins, and we know what he can do. We know he can make plays happen. At number 13, Robert Woods at the New York Giants.
62 yards a game. That's just not good, right?
So far, but he picked it up last game, and they're trying to involve him in the offense more. And with Matt Stafford, I think there's ample room for both Kupp and Woods. And number 14, Antonio Brown at Philadelphia.
Antonio Brown's been dynamic, but it's just the inconsistency kind of throws me off. What do you think about that?
Look, Antonio Brown might have had a couple of bad games, but he seems he's making plays. He's doing Antonio Brown things. He's doing the things that, like his quarterback, are going to make him a Hall of Famer. And number 15, Keenan Allen at Baltimore.
We all know TDs win fantasy, and he only has one for the year. What's going on?
I'm not certain, but here's a guy, great quarterback in Herbert, is among league leaders in targets, yet his production hasn't been that high, so it makes you wonder, is Keenan Allen playing hurt? If he's not, maybe it's just time to downgrade him. Maybe Mike Williams has become the number one on that team. And number 16, Amari Cooper at New England.
Should we be worried with Amari Cooper? I mean, he only has one more touchdown than his tight end Schultz.
No, but I still wouldn't worry about Cooper. I think Cooper is Prescott's favorite target. He's playing hurt, as he does every year, but he seems to be scoring touchdowns, getting yardage. You got to roll with him. And number 17, DK Metcalf at Pittsburgh.
2 TDs last week. Is he starting to play like the number one wide receiver in Seattle?
Okay, Russell Wilson is out, so that downgrades DK Metcalf, but yet he seemed to have some chemistry with Geno Smith. Can Geno Smith cut it? We'll find out. And number 18, Chris Godwin at Philadelphia.
Is Chris Godwin living up to expectations this season?
He is not. He's done well because Brady has done well. The issue is he playing hurt or is he just not as good as Antonio Brown and Mike Evans? And number 19, CeeDee Lamb at New England.
Why can't CeeDee Lamb just be more productive?
You would think with Dak Prescott and how athletic he is, he would produce better stats, but it just seems like Dak likes to spread the ball around, just like Josh Allen in Buffalo. And Amari Cooper is his favorite target. And number 20, Devonta Smith, home against Tampa Bay.
I don't see why you would rank him so high. There's nothing special here.
I disagree. Devonta Smith is a talent, and he's getting a lot of targets. And Philadelphia is going to need to score, and Philadelphia is going to need to score against Tampa Bay. So expect a big game from Devonta Smith. And number 21, A.J. Brown, home against Buffalo.
He's been injured this season. How do you justify putting him so high in your ranking?
Because A.J. Brown's a stud. We're waiting for him to be fully healed. If this is the week he's healed, they're going to have to score a lot to keep up with Buffalo. He could have a big game. And number 22, T. Higgins at Detroit.
This is the most ridiculous ranking of the week.
It is not. T. Higgins is the number 2 on Cincinnati. We know Joe Burrow's been on a roll. T. Higgins is getting over an injury, but the matchup is beautiful. Detroit, I think Jamar Chase and T. Higgins are going to have big games. And number 23, Adam Thielen at Carolina.
Yeah, it just keeps getting worse. 40 yards last week, and he's in your top 25.
Adam Thielen has a track record, and he has been catching touchdowns, but he's also one of those guys. If he doesn't produce this week, he might be out of the top 30. And number 24, Chase Claypool, home against Seattle.
He had a great game last week, but he still has Big Ben.
I agree, but they're playing Seattle, one of the worst defenses in the league, and Claypool, again, like last year, is looking like the playmaker. And number 25, Diontae Johnson, home against Seattle.
Big Ben's playing awful, but now this week you have 2 Pittsburgh receivers in there. How do you justify that?
Well, last week, both Claypool and Diontae Johnson made the top 30. This week, they played arguably the worst defense against the pass, the Seattle Seahawks. And number 26, Emmanuel Sanders at Tennessee.
In previous weeks, you said Sanders couldn't keep it up. He's kicking butt. Did you have a change of heart?
No, it's just Josh Allen is awesome. Maybe I underestimated Josh Allen and Buffalo, and he seems to be throwing Emmanuel Sanders' way, so we got to put him in. And number 27, Tyler Lockett at Pittsburgh.
Should we be worried about Lockett? This is a significant drop.
Yes, we should. With Russell Wilson's injury, Lockett could take a big shot. We'll see. He's a talent. I hate to take him out of my top 30. That's why he's still hanging in there. But we'll see how this week goes with Geno Smith. And number 28, Jacoby Myers, home against the Cowboys.
What do you see in Myers that deserves this ranking?
Jacoby Myers gets a lot of targets. Mac Jones is always looking for him. Here's the problem. Mac Jones, all he does is throw short passes, right? So that equates to Jacoby Myers not scoring many touchdowns and not getting an extraordinary amount of yardage, but he has been consistent enough to barely make it into the top 30. And number 29, Cortland Sutton, home against Oakland.
You barely added Sutton to the top 30. What's up with that?
Well, Teddy Bridgewater. It's a Bridgewater effect. He's back. Cortland Sutton looks like the number 1 receiver on that team, so we got to give him a shot. And number 30, Nicole Hardman at Washington.
You're going to put Mahomes' 3rd target over a lot of number 1 receivers in the league?
Yes, you saw the results last week. Hardman is starting to come through, and Tyreek Hill could be hurt. So Hardman could have a bigger role in that offense.
Thanks for coming on here and sharing your wide receiver rankings, number 11 through 30.
My pleasure. Watch all our videos, please. Subscribe. Leave your questions in the comments section. We're here for you.
Fantasy Goodfellas.
Rolling on the field.
Fantasy Goodfellas.